to another video with Mindspill. And today, I just wanted to talk about a lot, man. A whole lot, bro. I swear to God. But first things first, bro, I turned 25 yesterday, man. Thank God for life. I'm thankful for everything, man. I'm thankful for everything that led me to this point where I'm on this journey right now. You know, bro, I feel amazing, bro. Like, I felt 25 way before even turning 25, man. You know, there's just a lot of things I've been going through that just made me just be thankful for every circumstance, regardless of how terrible it might seem to me. Everything's been shaping me into a version of myself I never saw at this point, so I'm very, very grateful. And just, yeah, let's keep it going, man. Mindspill, back with another one. And in today's video, I just wanted to talk about human beings. Bro, I'm here to give y'all a secret, bro. Like, this is mind-blowing, bro. Everything I'm about to say here today, bro. You might say that's something that's gonna change your life, or you just think I'm just one of those online guys, whatever you want to think, bro. I'm just trying to put this knowledge out there because I know it's very, very valuable. It sounds credible enough, and I've seen proof online to back everything up. So I'm not just talking from my ass, bro. I really know what I'm talking about. Bro, human beings, the first things first, like, we're spirits having a human experience, bro. I always talk about that in all my videos, bro. Like, if you go to my channel, you see I've said it in specific videos. We are human beings and we are spirits having a human experience. I wrote a lot of things down, so I might be looking at the paper from now on, because I just have a lot of ideas that I just write these days. Human beings were creations, we're spiritual creations placed on earth, and earth is our domain because that's where we were put to exist. So everything that's happening today on earth, or everything we have today on earth, is because we built our civilization, so it works this way. This is how earth life is meant to be. This is how this planet's life is supposed to be. Like, everything that's happening today is supposed to be like that because that's the civilization. That's how the human life, the human experience is meant to be. And since we're spirits having a human experience, you know, you always hear about different spirits, you know, when in religious aspects or spiritual aspects, you hear like, oh, spirits are powerful entities. Some might be demons, some might be entities, and some might be angels. And you know, so regardless of everything, they're still powerful. So human beings were spirits having a human experience, bro. When you think about the mountains, when you think about animals, a mountain is the same texture everywhere in the world, regardless of the region. A dog is the same in the whole world, regardless of the region. A bird is the same everywhere, regardless of the region. So why would spirits be different because of a different region? We all have the same power within us, bro. We all have the same abilities as those spirits that exist in the spiritual realm. But the only way we can tap into these powers is by vibrating on the right frequency. That's why they tell you you have to vibrate at a high frequency, because when you vibrate on a high frequency, you are more on the path towards the alignment with the good spirits, with the good angels and everything, because you're vibrating high. But when you vibrate low, you're more like susceptible to low vibration entities and spirits as well. That's why some people vibrate so low, they want to do bad things, they want to do this and that. But when you vibrate so high, you feel a sense of being, a sense of, you know, content, everything. When you realize how much power is within you, you know how unstoppable you are, because you can literally do anything you put your mind to. And some of these powers include visualization, talking, manifestation, willpower, free will. These are all our powers, bro. And the people that go towards the extent, they have psychic abilities, you know, all that. But then regular human powers includes free will, willpower, magic, speaking, and different things like that. Bro, if you know how powerful you are to stay, like once you put your mind to something, you can visualize it and you have the willpower to go for it every time, and you can't be stopped, bro. Like you can literally just be going every day if you want to, if you wanted to, for the rest of your life, bro. Let me see if I can ship this shit. Oh man. Oh yeah, anyways. Since all the earth, the mountains and everything, regardless of shapes and sizes, bro, they all have the same textures, and they were created the same way on earth in different regions. Why would spirits who were created in the same way with other spirits be less than the other just because they're in a different region? Think about it, man. Like, we all have the same powers, man, the same abilities. It's just on us to remember that potential in us, and the only way we can remember it is by being conscious enough to know that you want to increase your vibration to vibrate higher and reach a certain frequency, so you can know that, bro, it's deep, man. It's deep talking about it. Even to attract everything you desire on earth, you need to vibrate on a high frequency, because we're all spirits having a human experience, so that vibration still matters. So when you vibrate high, you in turn attract a lot of those things. You in turn attract a lot of those things, and that's why they always say you have to rise to the occasion. So like, definitely everything you need is up there. You just have to rise to it, and the only way you rise to it is through your vibration and your frequency. That's the only way you can have access to these things and other light body energies, in terms of human form, in terms of other people that are vibrating so high. They're surrounded by a lot of people that vibrate as high as them. They're surrounded by the same opportunities. They're surrounded by the same thing. So you have to rise to that occasion. Everybody's just on a specific level. It just depends on you to rise to that occasion. So it kind of applies to like heaven and hell as well. Did you vibrate so high while you were on earth to maintain your vibration to vibrate to heaven as well? Or you vibrated so low while you was on earth here towards the lower frequencies, bro? No, we all have our individual power, man, and the power we have is that free will to be able to shift our vibration. That's literally the power right there. The power to be able to shift your vibration to a high frequency or lower frequency. So it all depends on you. Everything is on you, and your emotions and your intellect helps with everything. That's why you gotta do the work. You gotta heal yourself so you can vibrate towards the higher consciousness, higher divine energy that's not going to be tampered with a lot of traumas, because traumas is negative, low vibration energy. So when you try to vibrate towards a higher frequency, those things will always try to keep you down. So that's why you got to heal yourself and vibrate higher and stay on that vibration. When I talked about us having powers, I talked about visualization being a power we all possess. Bro, I talked about this in one of my previous videos when I said we can use visualization to access the universe. That is very true, because I came across information yesterday that actually confirmed everything I went through and just made me feel like, yes, I'm not just talking or hallucinating. There's things online that actually confirms what I'm going through, man. Like, one time I tried doing a visualization and I just imagined projecting my mind towards the sun, and the more I kept doing that, the more I kept seeing bright lights, because you just have to focus, you know. I kept seeing bright lights. Then all of a sudden I started seeing like human-like figures with flames on their head, bro. While I was connected to the sun in my mind, bro. Like, I started seeing those type of figures just all together, flames on their head, bro, golden body, human-like. Then I'm like, am I really tripping, or is this really real? Bro, I got to find out yesterday, like, those things are actually real, bro, and they're called solar angels, and they're here to protect human beings from dark forces that wants to come in between. Bro, it's fucking deep, bro. It is fucking deep, bro. I swear to God, I didn't even realize what I went through at that time, but I just saw it and I experienced it. But I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't feel like these things had, like, there was proof for it. But now that I've seen that there's proof, I can gladly talk about it. Like, these things are here to protect us from dark forces that wants to interfere with our human experiences. So you have spiritual beings protecting us, guardian angels protecting us. It kind of applies to human beings as well, since we have to protect ourselves, bro. The human life involves civilization, businesses, entrepreneurship, and all that. So there is a judicial system that kind of represents the spiritual, like judging of things. You know, you have this judicial system here that gives us the ground laws and regulations, and we have the cops that ensures that everybody stays within those guidelines, because God is not going to judge you when you steal or when you commit crimes over here. The only form of judgment you're going to get is the ones we have established here, and that's it. Nothing. God is not going to judge you for doing all that. You're not a bad person for doing that. The only thing you're going to have to face is the consequences on earth here. The only time we get judged and we get karma is when we interfere with spiritual laws. And how do you interfere with that? You wish harm on somebody, backbiting, gossiping, evil eye, wickedness, jealousy, manipulation. That is manipulating natural laws, interfering with free will. Free will is very, very key, bro, because that free will gives us willpower. So if you try to like control another person's free will, you've broken spiritual law and you get karma for it. Inevitable. Like pretty much the concept of protectors exist on every realm, bro. Like human beings, the ones we have to protect us here is the law, man, the cops, the government, everything. There's a reason why those systems were created today, and they've been in existence for a long time, regardless of how woke you might have seen. You try to seem to break out of the matrix. Just know the matrix was created to serve us, because that's the only way there could be law and order and balance and all. But it's on you to actually rise to the occasion and be aware of these things. That, okay, yes, we're living within a specific guidelines, bro. That's gonna help us stay intact on our mission. And what's the mission? It's to ascend. Our mission is to be enlightened to the point where we can ascend, because they always talk about reincarnation. You know, when we die or when we leave this world, we reincarnate. Like there's certain instances of reincarnation. So we keep coming back till we're able to access that high vibration and know that we can ascend back to the spiritual realm when we do the work. And how do you do the work? You heal yourself and you get closer to the divine, and you start tapping in. And once you're aligned enough, or once you ascend enough, you'll be able to go back to the spiritual realm and choose to reincarnate if you want to. But if you don't realize that power you have, because most people, we all forget how powerful we are because we keep reincarnating from different lifetimes. So the fact that we keep reincarnating, we lose our memory. So it just depends on you to remember that you're a spirit having a human experience, so you can choose to come back here if you want to. All you have to do is just awaken yourself to the fact that you can ascend back to where you came from. But if you don't remember it, you just keep coming back. You just keep coming back till you just keep coming back, and you feel me? So you just gotta be, I mean, I can't say you gotta be aware, but I'm just trying to let y'all know, like, you gotta be conscious, man. You just gotta raise your consciousness and just know that it's your choice. Whatever that happens on earth here, bro, it's all you, bro. It's all on you. Nobody's coming to save you, bro. You gotta save yourself, bro. You know, that's why there's religions out here today trying to give us a link back to that spiritual nature we have, because that's the only way we can leave this plane of existence and go back to where we really belong. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, man. So if you find this video, definitely this was meant to find you, just because you're on the right path to alignment, you're on the right path to ascension, and just know there's something more for us than just living every day, like our jobs and everything, bro. Like, yeah, we're supposed to live that way, bro. That's how it's supposed to be here on earth. You can't fight it, you can't go beyond the grains, bro. But then once you awaken and see how much power you have, you can create the reality you want for yourself, bro. And that's what I keep telling you, bro. Visualize, use your mind, bro. You're so much more powerful than you can imagine, bro. And just know, I just dropped a lot, bro. Even talking about it, bro, I'm like, bro, do I sound crazy? I might, but shit, name one genius that ain't crazy, bro. Tell me about it. So, yeah.